Thank you for watching Retro Tech. Please like and subscribe. Shh.
Well, hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Retro Tech. And from the thumbnail on the video and the recent post I made, I'm sure you can tell what today's video topic is going to be about. Today we're going to be talking about the biggest PVM and BVM seller in the United States. And this is a seller on eBay. And we're going to go through and we're going to look at the store. We're going to look at the reviews a little bit. I'm going to talk about the reviews that I got. We're going to talk about some of the strange things this seller's been doing. Anyway, today I'm just going to have the camera with me. I'm going to flip around in a second. We're going to look at my computer screen and go through some stuff on the store and then some of the weird stuff that's going on and just a lot of things I want you to be aware of before you purchase any PVM or BVM on eBay, okay? Let's make sure that we're ready to go before we make that big purchase. Alright everybody, so I'm set up on my screen here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for Sony PVM, BVM, and then I'm going to go down here to sold listings under this. And what I want to look at here is great. So it's real easy to pull up these listings when you put Sony PVM, BVM. I want you to notice here, look, first let's see what we've got. We've got Sony PVM 20M4U sold March 19th. That's got Sonic on it. Then we got, a BVM down here. Sold March 18th with Sonic on it. Kind of listed the same way. Oh, another one here. 1405 this time. Sold March 18th. This time we got Mario Party. And this one, look. Okay, yeah. This is a little different, but same seller, okay? Goodness. So that's March 6th. So going down some more. March 3rd, 2005. 1944Q, February 27th, 25th. So, goodness, look at February. Tons of them, tons of them. They all have the same screens too. Isn't that funny? They all have the same pictures. This 2005 looks exactly the same as this one. Doesn't that look funny? What about these other ones? Isn't that strange? How they all just look so similar? Like, why does this 2005, how could it have the same exact background and everything in every picture and look exactly the same? Wow. It's as if somebody's using the same picture to list their sold stuff here. So, okay. We can establish that. Alright, so these are all from the same seller, folks. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 17 Pro monitors in the last calendar month total. And so that's a lot of monitors. Now, if somebody sells 17 monitors in a month, you would think they would have really good feedback when it would come to monitors, right? Well, let's go and just see how good a feedback they actually have, because that's an issue here. So VideoAudioStudios, same firm selling all these things. 99.5% positive. Well, let's see negatives first. And, oh goodness, this guy sells all kinds of weird stuff. So, full refund. See, so there's, okay, terrible packaging, defective. But these are not PVM items. Let's see what all the neutral ratings are. Again, magazine, TiVo, Sonic game, stereo speakers. So there's nothing on here having to do with, goodness, nothing on here is feedback as a seller selling PVMs yet. So here we go. We're looking here. Alright, here's a 14M4. Perfect. Happy with my purchase. Okay, that was given relatively recently. Alright, so doesn't that seem, a little strange to you? Like, how could somebody have purchased, or how could somebody sell well over 10 to 15 monitors that are 14 to 20 inches and only get like one review. And so it didn't make much sense to me. And then also, after looking at it, we can see that the guy's using stock photos on some of the most expensive monitors in the even available, or most desired. Just stock photos on 2005s. That doesn't seem like a very good thing to do. So anyway, after thinking about it some more, I reached out to the internet, and of course I got wonderful reactions. And how I also got some pretty interesting stories and sad stories. So first off, what kicked this whole thing off was a Facebook post about 3 days ago. And it was from a gentleman who was just venting about how he bought a 14-inch monitor from a reputable eBay seller. And of course, he was speaking of the site we were just talking about. And the first thing he said was, I was surprised to get my monitor in the mail, and it was the wrong product. And I was like, what? You got shipped the wrong monitor? And so, anyway, he sent the monitor back. The guy sends him the right monitor, and that one's destroyed. And busted into 100 pieces. He's still having to deal with it. Says it's taken longer due to communication now, and it's been over a month, and he just feels really distraught. Okay, everyone, so as I said, I actually sent out a post to try to find out some feedback on this seller, since I couldn't find any really good feedback on eBay. And I got a host of letters and experiences, and one of the ones I found quite early on was this: a lesson learned, buyer beware. Now this is a post from 5 months ago on Reddit, and the seller at this time is known as TheOnlyShop2013. Alright, so anyway, after doing some more research from some other sellers and looking at some things, we found out that the OnlyShop 2013 is that same seller. And even weirder is they changed their name from this to something else called like First Video, and then finally Video, whatever they are now that we just saw on their site. So that's at least 3 different name changes in the last 5 months. So this is from 5 months ago, October. I'm going to read through this because this is an important thing to read through. I'll skim through some of the important parts. But anyway, here's the description for his original monitor. Here's a link to his original updated post. It looks like he bought this monitor back towards the end of August, originally purchased. Okay, so here's the ad. It says picture perfect, no chips or anything whatsoever on the CRT, works flawlessly, will ship same day, purchased in a professional box. So in his story, if you go on and read the first couple things, he actually does say that the monitor was in good cosmetic condition on the outside. It was packed well because it made it to him safely. But then he goes into saying what actually didn't happen. So first off, his complaint was about will ship the same day as purchased. He said he took 4 days to ship it, no tracking. It arrived 5 days after the estimated arrival date, 12 days from the purchase dates. For reference, I live in a single-digit number of hours away from this seller. Okay? And I'll tell you the truth, when I do ground shipping on PVMs or BVMs, and it's done, you take it into like FedEx, for example, they do a ground shipment, and it's got a 2-day to 3-day guarantee, especially within your, if you're within a couple hours of somebody. It usually takes 2 or 3 days, no longer, business days that is, for somebody to get a PVM packaged and sent to them. So that's definitely not, that's taken longer than advertised for sure, and really no excuse unless the monitor got lost in shipping, which I've never had happen. And then after I bought the monitor, I saw him relist the same one hours later with the same picture, which concerned me, which again is what we've been seeing from his current store and current sales. It looks like a lot of those pictures are the exact same monitor. He said that he looked for feedback, saw one neutral one pop up right after he made his purchase, and for not matching the description and scratches on the screen. And then he Googles this OnlyShop2013 and finds people on this thread here talking about the bad experiences. Then he started saying, he was concerned that some of the options that were listed in the pictures weren't going to come with his monitor. And then, of course, when his monitors showed up finally, there weren't these covers, like for the option boards in the back. There's a couple covers, and so the covers weren't there, even though they were supposed to be. And he sent a power cord like this, which you can't even use with a PVM, which is just, again, maybe if you're like Billy Bob, who found a PVM by the side of the road and decided to sell it on eBay, and you don't know what you're doing, that's excusable, but that's another ridiculous thing. So he sent that, which again is just weird, like sending something like that. Anyway, he said that there was some problems. It did not work flawlessly. He said he wouldn't have had a problem if it says it works nearly flawlessly or had noticeable picture issues. Because there are picture issues. He said there's smearing on the monitor, bright colors, dark reds. Looks like it's something that might have a lot of hours on the tube. You could see kind of like how it glows here. That's generally a sign that your caps are either going out, or if it's glowing like that, especially in that black. If that kind of glow shows up, then that also can mean your tubes maybe running out, or your brightness is turned up too high on your flyback possibly. But either way, that should be serviced on something if you're selling this much. So anyway, he didn't feel like it. There were those issues. So after he took some pictures, he said he sent it, and he said the guy sent him some form about maybe getting some compensation. And so a few days later, he said he went to look at his feedback, and he noticed that his feedback was missing, and so was the other feedback that was sent. So he told me that this seller actually reached out to, the buyer here actually reached out to me, and he told me that he had been taking screenshots for the last couple months of this seller actually having bad feedback for a couple days, and then it just mysteriously disappears. Because in his letter to me from more recently, he says he does a thing called feedback extortion that baits unsatisfied buyers into getting their feedback removed by offering something to make up for the bad feedback. If you say yes, the seller stops sending messages, and your feedback gets removed within a few days accordingly. He says he's posted screenshots in a thread showing, yeah, we saw all this stuff there. I've reached out to him to see if he has any other information he can send me on this, as far as like screenshots of the feedback being removed, because that's kind of ridiculous. But this was pretty much one of the worst experiences, and again, this is just within the last 5 months. But consistently we're seeing somebody that's selling things not according to a description, and kind of using a bait and switch tactics by showing a picture of something and that doesn't show up. I don't understand that power cord thing. So again, a lot of mistakes, but there's still more. Let's keep going. Alright, so there's at least 2 or 3 more stories that are pretty similar, where they involve another buyer buying parts and not getting the parts that they were advertised to be. They'd be missing some screws, or they show up in different condition than the pictures were. And then there were a couple times where some people had complained twice that they had bought an item which was an accessory for a PVM, and right away their sale was canceled for some reason, like the mail address didn't work, and they said they always get PayPal to their, or eBay to their address, and there was nothing. It just mysteriously canceled, and then they see the item relisted for twice as much as it was when they bought it, like a couple days later, which is, that's even more. So the long story is it's not just one thing. It's a bunch of things. You can see right from the beginning there's a ton of red flags. Somebody changes their name 3 times in 5 months, 3 times name change. I mean, that's like something you expect from, I don't know, bad bankers or something. So I first say that's the first red flag, is the name change. Then the fact that there's no you have one good feedback for a 20-inch monitor in a month, and you sell 20. That doesn't make much sense either. So please just do your research. It's out there. If you're thinking about buying a PVM, make sure you ask a lot of questions from the seller, as this is just I mean, it's not ridiculous. I hope that I can find some more information maybe about the eBay feedback change, because that doesn't seem very good. But so the problems here, though, from my perspective, after looking at all this, there's a couple of things. I'm disappointed because I feel like our community, when it comes to sellers like this, they're just trying to scalp every penny out of us and hope that we'll just be quiet, go away, and they can get on to the next person, just unload as much stuff as possible to us, get as much money from us, and tell us to go be quiet and sit in the corner and just deal with it. So it kind of seems like this guy has a lot of problems with communications with people when he makes a mistake, and that's not something you want to deal with. And if you're going to buy a PVM, again, ask a lot of questions. Send them a lot of messages. Make sure that you're getting what they say you're getting. Tell them you want pictures of them packing it up. And if they don't do what they say, you're going to immediately cancel the sale. And there's a lot of ways to do this. So I feel like people shouldn't immediately take an offer from somebody if they're offering them like a discount because they sent them a busted monitor or the wrong monitor, or didn't send them all the promised parts. And I mean, to send somebody like a power cable that wouldn't even work for a monitor, that's obvious. That one would never work. It's no grounding on that power cable. So just, proceed with caution. I'm not going to tell you not to buy something on eBay, because that's your right, but it's hard when companies or sellers can change and manipulate the feedback system so they don't have the true feedback. Because I feel like the guy's trying to make sure that he's still got a high feedback, because like the Facebook post said, the seller, I mean, it's working, right? So even though we consider this like kind of shady business tactics, change your name, fight the feedback system, it's working, because he's still selling monitors and they still get destroyed or whatever. And one of the other things I wanted to mention that I feel like is an issue is the shipping again. What if monitors are damaged a lot, and this guy keeps collecting maybe insurance money on these damaged monitors because he's shipping so many, and eventually FedEx and UPS look at their numbers and they say, we're not shipping any more CRTs. We'll never ship CRTs again. It's dead technology. Just don't even accept them, because the breaks and the insurance claims are costing too much. And that's a real threat. So if he keeps sending them, and I mean, I hear some people say, he did a good job packing. I did buy a circuit board from him, and again, it was packed. I wouldn't say good, but it did make it. So it seems to be just more smoke and mirrors, and like not really good business practices that you should do if you want return business or people to come back and respect what you're doing. So if it's me personally I'd never buy a PVM from this person, like a monitor. And I'll probably never buy anything from them anyway, even if they have something I need, because unless they change their tactics. I mean, again, the name change, I just don't feel like people like that should really have their businesses supported when they do obvious shady stuff. I mean, maybe it's legal, but it's still unethical. And that's really just like a pet peeve of mine, is to try to be, as straightforward, honest as you can. So, depending on more stories I get, and again, I probably got 5 or 6 more that were pretty similar. They're mostly smaller stuff that were missing pieces or something, didn't match the description, generic photos that weren't of what they actually received. So the reason I did this video is because I just keep seeing it pop up, like somebody having the same issue. once or twice a month in the Facebook or Reddit posts. So definitely do your homework, folks. Again, let me know if you have anything you want to contribute. Please put in the comments below. If I need to make a follow-up video, I will. But just take care of yourself, and remember, this is your money, your investment, so make sure you're satisfied with what you're getting. And if you need any help, just reach out to me, reach out to other people in the community. There's a lot of good people in this community that will help you, just because they don't want to see you get burnt out or dissatisfied with something like this happens. But thanks again for watching this special video. Please leave a thumbs up, and again, a comment below if you have anything to contribute to this, and I'll see you next time.